Hey kids, welcome to Family Fun VBS with the Harbor Church. I'm Casey.
I'm Abby.
I'm Emma.
I'm Ashley. I'm Vanessa.
I'm Sammy.
And I'm Rosie.
Our theme is hide and seek.
The fun will keep coming for 5 weeks.
View the weekly Bible time. Listen for the challenges.
Grab your family.
And go have fun.
All of my days, I know where my hope is. I'll live it loud.
Hey kids, we're gonna do our theme song now. It's called Seeking Jesus.
This is my faith, this is my focus. All of my days, I know where my hope is. I'll live it loud, I'll shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you. This is my faith, this is my focus. All of my days, I know where my hope is. I'll live it loud, I'll shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you, oh yeah. Woo! You ready? Come on, let's go. Hands in the air, hands in the air. I know you're there, I know you're there. Anywhere, oh. Anywhere. I fix my eyes on you. Hands in the air, hands in the air. I know you're there, I know you're there. Anywhere. I fix my eyes on you. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only, you are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you.
This song is One Way, and it's a VBS classic. Let's get dancing.
I lay my life down at your feet. You're the only one I need. I turn to you and you are always there. In troubled times it's you I see. I put you first, that's all I need. I humble all I am, all to you. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one the way, the truth, and the life. We live by faith and not by sight. For you, we're living all for you. Up a bit higher. You are the way, the truth, and the life. We live by faith and not by sight. For you, we're living all for you. You are the way. You are the way, the truth, and the life. We live by faith and not by sight. For you, we're living all for you. You are the way, the truth, and the life. We live by faith and not by sight. For you, we're living all for you. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for.
Good afternoon and welcome. Bilha on the beat here with the Holy Land Herald. I'm out in the streets of Jericho today, tracking down a man with quite a story to tell. Sources say to, quote, look up when searching for this man, and I think we may have a lead. Hello, excuse me, sir, are you the man they call Zaccheaus?
Oh, why, yes I am. What can I do for you?
Yes, I'm Bilha on the beat for the Holy Land Herald, and I'm out investigating a report about an alleged encounter you had with a man named Jesus of Nazareth. Would you care to comment?
Oh, that is my absolute favorite story to tell. Oh, what a day that was. To think a lowly tax collector like me could ever have... I sure learned a lot that day.
Excuse me, sir, I'm sorry, but would you come down out of that tree? I mean, seriously.
Oh, ha! That is so funny you should say that. That's exactly what Jesus said to me. Woo-wee! That is my favorite part of the story. Okay, yes, I'll be right down.
Zaccheaus, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself? I've heard some not-so-great rumors calling your character into question.
Oh, Billy, I'm afraid all the rumors are true. I'm a Jericho man, born and raised. My family is Jewish, and proud of it. But these Romans, they really made life hard for us. We did what we could to stay alive and put food on the table. Do you know what I mean?
Please tell us a bit more about your job. What is it that you do?
Well, I've always liked math. I learned my multiplication tables by the time I was 4. No kidding. So, when I got old enough, I saw a way to make some money and stay safe from the Roman guards. You see, they were looking for Jewish people to collect taxes from the Jews to send back to Caesar. It's a job that doesn't make you many friends, but it does make you rich, rich, rich.
So you weren't a popular man.
Well, no. As time went on, I figured out that I could kind of cheat a little and take more money from the people than I was really supposed to. The Romans didn't care, and I got to pocket all the extra. Money is great. It buys all the things that my friends couldn't afford. Fancy clothes, delicious food, and lots of toys. I was a wealthy man, and I wanted to stay that way.
I see.
I was doing so well, but my friends, they started getting mad. They said I was being dishonest. I was cheating people who were already poor and struggling to get by. They said I was a traitor to the Jewish people. I couldn't believe it. Money was the most important thing to me, so I ignored them. One by one, they started leaving me, all alone. Soon, I didn't have any friends at all, but I was safe from the Romans, and I had a lot of money.
Wow. Well, let's get to the part about Jesus.
Yes, Jesus. Okay, so I had been hearing all about this guy who was roaming around doing all kinds of crazy stuff, challenging religious leaders, and he was performing miracles. Some were even calling him the Son of God. And this one day, the whole town was in a tizzy because he was headed this way. Word was he just healed 10 lepers in a town down the road. And soon he would be here by noon that day.
I can see why that would cause a stir, but you had everything you needed. Why were you so excited?
The truth is, Bilha, even though I was rich and safe and had a steady job, I had been feeling deep down like maybe my way of life wasn't all it was cracked up to be. I just didn't feel good about myself. And there was one thing that people kept saying about this Jesus guy that had me really interested. The rumor was that he sometimes associated with tax collectors and sinners and treated them just the same as everybody else. They said he even had dinner with them sometimes. It got me thinking that maybe, just maybe, he could help me. I didn't want to get my hopes up, but I really wanted to check him out just to see if maybe there was a chance he would just look my way.
And what happened on that day exactly? Did you get to see him?
Well, it wasn't hard to tell when he came into town. The place was in an uproar. The crowd was crazy. People pushing and shoving and pressing in to see him. I didn't stand a chance.
And why is that, Zaccheaus?
Well, Billy, the thing is, I am vertically challenged.
Come again?
Puny, tiny, shrimpy, wee. I am short, okay? Short. And I couldn't see over this huge crowd.
Billy, it was nuts. Jesus was there.
Jesus?
He healed old Fred, the blind beggar, on his way into town, and then he strolled right through our streets. Everyone was dying to get a glimpse of this guy.
He was amazing.
I was so proud, I pushed my way right through to the front of the crowd with my boy Johnny right on my shoulders. We were so cool. Oh, I told all my friends about it later. Now we're practically famous.
Okay, but what about Zaccheaus? Would you like to comment on that?
Zaccheaus?
That guy?
Oh man, he was the worst.
Yes, but he was trying to see Jesus too and couldn't find a spot. What about that?
So what? Of all people, he didn't deserve to see Jesus.
Yeah, why did we let him through?
Yeah, I gotta look out for number one, Billy. Me.
Well, it seems to me that's not very nice. Didn't Jesus say something about loving one another?
Oh, well, yes, I guess he did. Boy, do I feel sheepish.
You know, come to think of it, Zaccheaus has been a lot nicer lately.
Yeah, maybe we should have made some room for him.
Remorse and regret here on the streets of Jericho.
Well, anyway, Billy, no one would give me an inch. There was no way a guy like me could see this Jesus. I was a dishonest, greedy sinner. And I was short. I was discouraged. But I wasn't going to give up.
What did you do?
I just had to see Jesus. Even just a glimpse. But I had a major obstacle to overcome. I looked deep inside and I just knew I had to seek Jesus, no matter the cost. I had never felt so sure of anything. I was completely overcome with the desire to see him, to know him. Even though I was a no-good sinner who didn't deserve even one glance from the Messiah, I had to try.
What a tale of longing! What happened next?
So, I did some quick thinking. I looked around the streets, and wouldn't you know it, a block away, there was the most glorious sycamore tree. It had perfect branches for climbing. It was a perfect height. I ran toward it and scampered up it as fast as I could.
Hello there, Mr. Sycamore Tree, is it?
Hi there.
Bilha on the beat here with the Holy Land Herald. Sources tell me that one fateful day you played quite a big role in hoisting one low-down, shrimpy sinner up in your branches. Would you care to comment?
Well, Billy, that really was my day to shine. The crowd was really closing in on this little guy. It was crazy.
And what was it like playing the part that you did on that day?
Well, I am really nothing special, Billy. Grew up from a tiny sapling right in this same spot, minding my own business. But when the time came, I did what I could to help that little guy get lifted up to see the Savior Jesus. Because, you know, we all have to do our part to love one another, turn them towards Jesus, and further God's kingdom, don't you think?
Wise words from a stationary, deciduous plant. So, you got to see Jesus after all.
I sure did. But that isn't even the half of it. You will never guess what happened next.
Go on.
Well, I saw him, and he was incredible. I was so happy just to catch a glimpse. But right as he was walking by, he stopped. And get this, he looked up into the tree. I wasn't sure at first whether to hide from him. I mean, I was a sinner after all. Or maybe wave to him or salute him? What do you do when you meet Jesus?
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. There wasn't time. Before I knew it, Jesus was calling out to me. He said, Zaccheaus! Bilha, that is my name.
Yes?
He knew my name. And I knew at that instant that he had always known my name. He knew everything about me. There was no point in hiding from him. In fact, I think he would have known I was there even if I hadn't climbed that tree.
as I realized all this, I looked into his face and I saw that it was full of love.
He knew your name, but how did he know?
Well, he is Jesus, the Son of God, after all. He knows my name, and he knows yours too. He knows all about us, and he wants to be with us anyway.
He didn't turn you away because of all your sins?
No way. And I was pretty unlovable, believe me. But the truth is, Jesus can handle any sins. Even mine. Even yours. He was so happy I was seeking him. He told me to come down from the tree because he wanted to come over and visit with me at my house. In my home. It caused quite a stir, and I knew at that moment Jesus wasn't just coming into my home, he was coming into my heart, and that is a place that he will never leave.
Well, what a turn of events.
I know. I was so overcome with joy. I knew I had to put my new faith and my new love of Jesus into action. I was so sorry for all the crummy things I had done in my past. I first took half of all of my money and I just gave it away to the poor. And then I found all the people I had cheated being a tax collector and taking more than I should have. And I gave them all their money back, 4 times the amount that I had taken from them.
Wow, you must not have had much money left after that.
No, I wasn't rich anymore, but I didn't care, not even one lick, because money wasn't important to me anymore. The most important thing in the whole world was to seek his kingdom. I only want to be right with God. If I am doing that, then everything else just falls into place. And this is what I learned that day I met Jesus. He is in my heart, and he is there to stay.
Well, thank you, Zaccheaus, for that riveting account of the events that transpired. This reporter, for one, has a lot to think about. For the Holy Land Herald, this is Bilha on the beat. But Jesus knows that. He knows my name.
Hi, VBS families. Thank you for joining us, and I hope that you really enjoyed the lesson on Zaccheaus today. I really enjoyed reading more about Zaccheaus and learning about him, so I hope that you had fun. So now I'm going to tell you about the 3 challenges that we have for your families for this week. 1 is a Bible verse challenge, 1 is an at-home family challenge, and 1 is an out-in-the-community family challenge. So the first one is a Bible verse challenge. Our verse for this week is my favorite verse in the whole entire Bible, Matthew 6:33. It says, "Seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." Now in our lesson today on Zaccheaus, we saw that Zaccheaus was a man who was a sinner, and he was trying to get money, wealth, and power. But once he found Jesus, he realized that he didn't need all that other stuff. All along, all he really needed was Jesus. And sometimes in our lives, we get caught up trying to get more stuff and get ahead. But we need to remember that the number one most important thing every single day of our lives is having a personal relationship with Jesus. And if we have that, then everything else is just details. So this week, I would like to see if you can memorize our Bible verse of the week. And again, it's Matthew 6:33. Seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, And all these things will be given to you as well. Matthew 6:33. Can you memorize that? Can you take a video of yourself after you've memorized it? Can you get your whole family to memorize it? How many people in your family can recite that Bible verse together? We would love it if you would take a video of that and post it to the Facebook page. So that's your first challenge. Our next challenge is our at-home challenge. Now this is a challenge about building. Now Zaccheaus was a short guy, but he wanted to see Jesus, so he needed to get as high up as possible to see Jesus the most clearly. For your at-home challenge this week, we're going to see if you can build a tower as high as you can. But here's the catch. The only thing you can use to build it is paper. Now this is called a STEM challenge. And you can use whatever paper that you can find. If you just have computer paper, that's cool. Newspaper works. Construction paper. Maybe you have some cardstock you want to use. But only paper is going to build your tower. If you get really stuck and you're having a really hard time, you can go ahead and use a couple pieces of tape. Now, can you build your tower strong enough to actually support maybe a book on top of it? Can you build your tower strong enough to support your team mascot on top of it? And maybe you can even build your tower strong enough to support a Bible on top of it. Either way, post a picture or a video of your family's tower to the Facebook page. And be sure when you do it to also tell us how tall your tower is so that we know. Okay. Now, the third and last challenge is our community challenge. Now, to see Jesus, Zaccheaus climbed up a sycamore tree. Do you know what a sycamore tree looks like? We have some species of sycamore trees right here in South County. In fact, if you look around South County, it's amazing the variety of different trees that you can find. What an amazing example of God's creation right here in our own backyard. So our challenge for this week in the community is that you're going to get your family together and you're going to go out in your neighborhood, or maybe you want to go in your car and drive around, and you are going to look for different kinds of trees. Now, on our page, you will find a link to this paper. It is the Zaccheaus Tree Species Photo Scavenger Hunt. You can either print it out or you can just pull it up on your phone. But there are 28 different species of trees on this paper, and we want you to see how many you can find. When you find one of these species of tree, take a picture of it with your mascot in front of it. And then, after you've found all that you can, make a photo collage of all the trees that you found and post it to the Facebook page. There may be a prize for the family who finds the most species of tree. Thank you so much for joining us. Get out there and have fun.